I wouldn't say that for members remaining in the Legislative Council, we will have a rubber stamp legislation. I welcome diverse opinion in the Legislative Council. I respect the check and balance responsibility of the Legislative Council. That is clearly written in the Basic Law as the constitutional duties of a Legislative Council. But all these responsibilities have to be exercised in a responsible manner.
Well, Beijing's latest move sending a message to Joe Biden and the rest of the world that no amount of pressure will prompt the Communist Party to tolerate dissent. Our senior international editor, Jodi Schneider, is in Hong Kong. And Jodi, we have had that reaction from the National Security Advisor in the US, a number of senators, as well as Mike Pompeo, slamming this latest development. Where does this leave the Hong Kong pro-democracy movement?
Well, and Heidi, it certainly leaves the legislature here, LegCo as we call it, really effectively run by one party. The opposition is effectively been neutered here. We had the 4 disqualified lawmakers, and then in addition to that, as they were banished, the remaining 15 in the opposition in that 70-seat Legislative Council resigned en masse at a joint press conference later in the day after Carrie Lam's press conference. So basically, you don't have an opposition party in the legislature, and this was really the last really democratic institution under China's rule in being in Hong Kong, and what this leaves is a situation of effectively saying that there will not be dissent, that dissent will be officially ruled out, including in the legislature, despite what Carrie Lam said yesterday, that she doesn't think it's a rubber stamp. It's hard to see it as being anything but that, given that there is no opposition in the legislature.
Exactly. So what message does this send to Western democracies, and especially here to the United States when we have a new Biden administration coming into office?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty clear message, Sherry, that the timing on this it may be coincidental, but it's certainly interesting, certainly telling, that Xi Jinping is saying to Joe Biden that we are not going to tolerate dissent, that we are going to rule as one party under the Communist Party. Hong Kong, even though we will allow there to be a legislature, we won't allow any dissent in it. And the pressure that the United States is bringing has brought under Donald Trump, which is expected to continue under Joe Biden. The message from China, from Beijing, is it won't matter, that we will bring dissent, we will end dissent in Hong Kong, as well as obviously on the mainland. And this action yesterday seemed very, very clear on that point.